I am a business owner, I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm an artist. I am able to separate Cory Wong the person from Cory Wong the entity. The thing is, we're all trying to figure it out. It is crazy to see how far things have come in the last few years. It's absolutely mind-blowing. I just like have all this creative energy, and it's fun to get it all out. There's an interesting riddle that we try to solve as instrumental musicians, and that is, how do you get your music out to the masses? I guess, tick a few boxes. A lot of jazz fan base, a lot of R&B funk. There's a lot of just guitar nerds that like what I do. Each of those has a concentric circle that kind of goes out in varying degrees. And there's even that Venn diagram of jam and jazz fans, there's a lot of crossover. My path has been to find my own unique voice on my instrument, but also just kind of understand the way that the world works now and how people find musicians. There was a jazz scene at this place called the Artist Quarter in downtown St. Paul. And that was kind of like the musicians hang, like the jazz musicians hang. People would go there after their own gigs and hang out at this place. There was another club that would bring in bigger acts, a place called the Dakota that's in Minneapolis. They would have the Pat Metheny's and John Schofields and whatever. But a little more of the underground, literally and figuratively, club was the Artist Quarter. And that's kind of where I cut my teeth learning how to play jazz. Then eventually I kind of realized, I think this is more of like what my brain wants to do than what my heart wants to do musically. But then I found this other scene at this club called Bunkers. It was a Sunday, Monday night hang in Minneapolis. It was the sort of thing where huge funk and R&B list of tunes that they pulled from. And Prince would come hang out there a lot of times. He would find some of his musicians there back in the day. And I mean, I saw so many touring musicians come and sit in at Bunkers. It was interesting at that time to come into that club and come into that scene and be welcomed in, just how much more fun and how much more freedom I felt in it. Although they were probably more strict about how things felt and that things were done right, because there is a certain feel for certain songs. There is a certain thing on the guitar that works or doesn't work in the genre. And that's where I really cut my teeth on how to play the way that I do now. Like, although my streaming numbers are what I would consider really good, it takes a long time for an album to recoup. The thing that a lot of musicians don't understand about social media is that you kind of have to treat it in a similar way that a business treats their marketing. And you have to be able to separate yourself as an artist and as a business, but not ever sacrifice one for the other. I've been hit up by a lot of companies to, hey, we'll pay you X $1,000 to make whatever post about this thing. I'm like, yeah, but I don't like that thing. It's okay to use your platform, use your numbers to make some money. I just can't sacrifice my artistic integrity and my accounts for that sort of thing. And I am only gonna post things that I'm actually excited about or fun or that I want people to know about. I'm totally comfortable talking about it because I am a business owner, I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm an artist. For me, I did not grow up in an era where I was selling a ton of vinyl, a ton of cassettes, 8-tracks, CDs. And they're always telling me, look, you're getting robbed. And probably so. Man, you know what, to be honest, I don't know any different, and I'm making my living in the music industry. It's pretty awesome. It feels great. A lot of my fans have been fans for a long time. A lot of people know exactly what they're going in for. But I do know that there's a percentage of people that come to my shows that don't go to many or any other instrumental music shows. So I want to make sure that every moment feels like it's special and unique, but that it's purposeful. I've seen it before in some instrumental music shows. I'll be in the crowd watching, and I can see some people that are like, I don't know what to look at right now. And I can even see it sometimes when we're playing. And those are the things that I'm always tweaking and adjusting. Oh, let's do this. I can tell that the audience doesn't know what to look at on this section of the song. It's just kind of like, where to me, it might be very clear. Like, you're supposed to be paying attention to the bass. Yeah. It's like, okay, there's a reason why that's not translating to the audience. Let's find out why. And I am considering them, but only for the fact that I want them to really understand and know what the statement is that I'm trying to make in each of those. So my consideration for the commercial general public is more about, is my message or is the statement or the thing that I'm trying to get across in a given album, given song, section of a song, note of a song, is that translating in the way that I want it to? I wanted to start a podcast because I'm curious about what it is that some of these artists, musicians pay attention to. What is it that makes them unique? And are they aware of that? Did they intentionally find the thing that's magnetic about them? What was that like, finding it? And how do they use that? Because I think that's something that's important for all artists to think about. And that's, of course, how we stand out. You know, there's thousands of other guitar players out there that are better than me and are, you know, more technically proficient. It's so subjective. Like, is there a better painter out there than Dali or Monet or Picasso? It's like, really, you're going to compare those three? They're so different. But that's the thing that's wonderful, is that they're so unique and so wonderful in the thing that they do. So us as guitar players, a lot of times it can be a little bit of a macho thing against each other. But the thing that I'm trying to say is that doesn't need to exist at all. Satriani is Satriani because he's unique in this. Mayer's unique in his own thing. I'm unique in my own thing. Nile Rodgers is unique in his own thing. And some of us have a lot of crossover, but the podcast has been a way for me to really get my curiosities answered. I would pay to interview these people, you know, like, can I pay you for your time so I can ask you these questions? Yeah. So the things that I try to work on as goals are ones that if I accomplish them, those will just kind of be the benefits of it. Of course, I'd love to play bigger shows for a larger appeal or whatever, but I think there's just more artistic goals. I would love to become more of an ambassador for instrumental music. That's kind of where I'm aiming on the dartboard. And then if the fringe benefit is bigger shows and collaborating with bigger artists, that's wonderful. All of the other things that relate to numbers, sales, likes, followers, whatever, all of that stuff would then just kind of hopefully come with the territory.
I just feel like every once in a while it's like it goes up and then all of a sudden it's boom, it's right here.
It is crazy to see how far things have come in the last few years. In 2018, I tried to book some gigs in London. Nobody would book me. And now to be a few years later here at the Troxy with 3,500 people or whatever it is, it's absolutely mind-blowing.